We'll continue our discussion on quality concepts. So today we in this class basically we'll see some 6 important concepts. So that is for TQM, not for quality. For total quality management, there are some 6 important concepts that you must understand, and we are going to see what is the definition for total quality. We have been seeing only about the definition for quality. We will see what is TQM, why TQM should be there in every company, because traditionally we are doing some business. Because TQM, we have to, money is involved here. So why should we go for TQM? So TQM definition also we will see in this class. So now coming back to the definition of quality. So Deming says like this: predictable degree of uniformity and dependability at low cost and suited to the market. So this is very important. Whenever quality, no, it has to be, cost has to be less. Cost has to be less. Many times, no, that is many cases, no. If it is very expensive, no, nobody is going to purchase. And the predictable degree of uniformity and dependability. So this is a case. I will give one example. Suppose you have customized product is there. You go to a company, you give your specifications. Suppose you want some 100 products. Suppose you want some 100 products. So first you are asking for sample. So you give some sample. I will see the quality, and then you can give 100. So what they will do, no, that one given as a sample, no, they will do with extreme care, and it will be, the quality will be very good. You will be impressed. And then when we give the actual order, no, out of 100, some 8 or 9 samples will not be good. Defects will be there. So that is the reason uniformity. So uniformly, it has to consistently, it has to be good quality. So whatever may be the parameter, So this type of problem, even in very reputed companies also, this problem will come. So because now that is human nature. So when we are trying to give a sample, we will take extreme care. All types of things will come into picture, and we give the sample. But when you do in production, no, all problems will come. So that is why uniformity is going to be very important. Of course, dependability. Last class we have seen about durability and reliability. So it has to be dependable. Then only, otherwise next day customer will not come. And the second definition is given by, so these are the 3 people, syllabus we are having. These are called 3 quality gurus. Deming is a Japanese person, Juron and Crosby. But I think they are all 50 years back. So now things are, so many people have contributed for TQM, but these are the basic things. So whatever they said, no, they still hold true even in these circumstances also. And the second, Juron has given the definition like this: fitness for use. So anything, no, for example, mobile phone. For me, now the use is the mobile phone should communication, and the next use is mobile data. Nowadays, now being a teacher, and that too last 2 years I have been only online teaching. So mobile data, because we know very well broadband we cannot depend. Power also we cannot depend. So we should have so the mobile data. These are all some of the uses. So now when I have a mobile phone, number 1 is I should communicate. And number 2 is it should provide mobile data. That means internet facility should be there. Third is camera. Now almost you know very well, once this mobile phone with camera came, no, that demand for camera has come down by 50%, because Konica, you know, that is a world famous company. They are manufacturing cameras. Their sales, no, came down by 50%. You see. So that is a problem technology sometimes. So now people know we are able to get very good images even from mobile phone. So if it is fit for these users, because for me, no, these are the three important uses. So I want to communicate. I want mobile internet facility should be good. And the third one is I want a good camera, good quality digital picture. So if it is fit for use, that is quality. So Juron gave that definition like this. And the third is given by Crosby, which is also very important: conformance to requirements. So I told you in the last class I gave one example. So when we discuss about a refrigerator, of course it should cool. Refrigerator cooling should be there. All features should be there. They say something called 165-liter refrigerator means the cooling space, volume of the cooling space is 165 liters. So it should be more, so that we can stuff more material, more vegetables and other things. So cooling space, compressor should be 5-year warranty should be given. This way, so many requirements we can give. And of course, low electricity. So all these requirements we have to confirm. That confirmation should be there. That is very important. Then it's a very high quality product. And even you see, previously Deming said cost also should come into picture, because always that is very, because when you decided, I don't know, out of this 7, today the strength is around 76 students are there. How many of them are going to do the business? So if you want to do business, so that is very important. You have to give the product at some, because every product has got some cost. Pen means 10 rupees. If it is a high-end pen means maybe 75 rupees. So that way cost conformance to require, especially engineering components, conforming to the requirements are very important. For example, tolerance is plus or minus 0.5. So these things. So next to Taguchi, minimum loss imparted by a product to society. So this Taguchi we will discuss in some other thing. I don't want to confuse. And then Phi Gun VM has given something, a way of managing tile organization. And Osfin has given one definition. That is also very important. Correcting and preventing loss. Because that is the problem. So this is quality from customer. So all the other things we are seeing quality from the customer's point of view. Now from the organization point of view, we have to prevent loss. We have to correct loss. We cannot live with loss. That is very, that is what many people are telling nowadays. Last 2 years because of this COVID, so business was not there. There is no business. In many cases, people, they were not able to do business. So in the case, that we have to prevent loss. So if you are not going to give quality products, loss will be there. So the best example I used to give, many times, if the product is not good, we can return. That is there. Every company, not every company. In some cases, they will say if the product is not good, you please return. Suppose if you are selling some 100 products, so 10 to 15 products they are returning, and they are telling it has failed to function. Then that is a loss. So you will get this. In the last slide, I am going to give one example where I am going to link quality, productivity, and cost. That means indirectly your profit. So if you are not giving quality products, that means defective products, then loss will be there. You are not going to, because whatever it has to be condemned, or sometimes we can rework. In some cases we can, but of course reworking charge also is there. And this is, I think this is not the latest ISO definition. Latest ISO you can Google and find out for quality what is the definition. I think degree to understand that. I think that's available in that book. So I don't want to go to that book. So this is ISO some other definition. It's not the recent definition. I think Google you can do what is a ISO definition for quality. If at all I am asking in the examination, and now it is going to be open book examination, I will not ask what is going to be the defined quality. So if it is closed book examination, if I ask this question, you have to give the ISO definition, latest ISO definition, 2000 we have to give. So the totality of characteristics of an entity that bear on its ability to satisfy the stated and implied needs. So some needs and requirements are same. Here we are using the word requirements. Here we are using the word needs. So the needs of the customer, some of them will be stated and some of them are implied. It's understood. Refrigerator means it should cool. There's no point in having a good compressor, low electricity requirement. If it is not cooling properly, so the implied need, understood, it's implied. So all these needs has to be taken care. So these are some of the definitions. And when it comes to quality, there are several things. Last class I showed a slide. I used to give one example, 5M. When you want to make a product, some input variables are there. Output is going to be the product. In between there is a process. Process means method or technique or procedure. There is a procedure. Service means there is a procedure. So when you have the input variable, 5M is very important. 5M, machine, material, method, and one more I forgot. So there are these are all some inputs, of course, inputs. But of course, something else also is coming to picture. I will tell. Last New Year's Day, I was going to a restaurant. So first thing is, when I went inside, because quality, when one gentleman came and told, sir, all the tables are full, you need to wait for 15 minutes. So they were telling that is because you promised something. So they said, I'm very sorry, sir, already the restaurant is full. Now the only thing is you have to wait for 15 minutes. Already 7 families are waiting. So your family, it will take minimum of 15 minutes. And then he said, once you do the billing, within 7 minutes, all the whatever items you order, no, that is what responsiveness, that quality. Because it's one of the, I think the same I told you, Srimita in Ananagar, that's one. It's a vegetarian restaurant. So what they said is, so then he said, next thing he said, sir, once you order, once you make the billing, because it's a self-serving. So what they said is, within 7 minutes, whatever family you are ordered, no, it will come. It will be ready. It will be ready. So that is a promise he made. It is a promise he made. Now they have lot of them because so much crowd is there. There are lot of employees. Everybody is taking care, master. Everybody and everything is there. The responsive response. So the main problem why we have to wait is they have tables because now the government of Tamil Nadu regulation is there. So now New Year's Day only 50% of the seats should be occupied. The remaining 50% should be left free because actually there is not much crowd. Still the person was telling. So when you do business, no government regulations. So this is also an important because if you are violating the regulation, no, you know very well why that 50% is there. You know very well. So if you are violating that regulation, then you cannot run the restaurant. So because and as promised, it's even not even 15 minutes because you know very well, no, they were doing something. Some because 50% table, no. So one by one, they are allowing the customers to go to that table. They were managing that 50%. So initially when I went inside, out of the 25 tables, 12 tables were occupied, remaining 12 tables are free. But what they did, based on the queue, what they did is one by one they were sending so that other students of 50% indirectly they are meeting. And as promised, no, the responsiveness is very good. Within 7 minutes, all the items, whatever we ordered, no, so they came. So that is going to be, so not only the input parameters, always men is there, supplier is there, mission will be there, method is there, material is very important. Many times, ingredients, in case a restaurant, all the ingredients, whatever those are. So all these things, all the input variables, everywhere quality should be there. That's what in the concepts we are going to see. So what is that total quality management? So what is total quality management? Everything, next slide I'll show. So it is the integration of all the functions and processes. That's what, whenever you are doing a product, all the things, men will be there, material will be there, of course, method is there, machine should be there, equipment or machine should be there. And one more, money, of course, that's, 5 M's are very important. That's what I told you. Money is very important. Otherwise, you don't have money, you cannot do business. So what is the total quality management? It is the integration of all the functions and the processes within an organization in order to achieve continuous improvement. So that is very important because nothing will come overnight. That is a problem with this generation. So within 7 years, I want to become general manager. Within 7 years, I want to become, because I see some teachers. So they will do PhD in a very good or reputed organization. Foreign, some of them, even in VIT, some of them, they have done PhD abroad also. But within 7 years, no, you cannot become vice chancellor because continuously you have to improve. And at a later stage only you will get it. So continuous improvement is going to overnight. Nothing is going to come. Whether it is research, whether getting skills, and when it comes to engineers, like we should not use the word skills. Software, they are using some other word, proficiency. They are using the word proficiency. So if it is a welder, means skills. So welder means he has to improve his skills. Teacher means I have to improve my qualification. Whereas when it comes to high-end jobs, managerial jobs, we have to use the word proficiency. So there are some proficiency. You have to be, computer proficiency should be very good. That means you must use, I'm telling you straightforward, MS Word, MS Excel, and PowerPoint. You should use because it's taken granted. It is taken granted. Many times we don't know, even myself, I don't know all the features. I have been using PPT for the last 6 or maybe 10 years. Once I joined VIT, I have been using PPT. All the features I don't know. So today also online something is there. So many features. So computer proficiency is very important when you want to go for a managerial job. So that means whatever job you do, Excel will come. Even if you are a doctor, Excel will come, MS Word will come, and of course PPT, PowerPoint presentation will come. So computer proficiency is going to be very important. And then leadership qualities. Your communication skills should be, you must use the right words. Talking is that is the thing. This generation, and that is also a problem. Many times, that is why we are having 6 credits, soft skill for 6 credits. Even in an institution, even in a high-end institution like VIT, we are having 6 credits, 6 courses. That is the problem. Many times, even we find out whenever there is a viva, whenever there is a presentation, of course, VIT, one half of the students are very good. blah, 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 they will tell, whether right or wrong. Quickly, they will make a very nice presentation. Sometimes there is a problem with content. But when it comes, still even in a high-end institution like V8, some students, so communication skills should be very good. So all these things will not come overnight. Please continue, because computer, that is why many times, indirectly all the companies. So once you are trying for a job, they will use the word, what is your experience? What is the experience? Nowadays, experience certificate from some other company, will not. Suppose if you say I have worked in L&T for 8 years, okay. If it is L&T, it's okay, fine, because a top company, so that will add value. But when in other colleges, people will see your resume. So you have experience. So what is that in a teaching? They ask. So where you are worked in some other colleges for 15 years. In V8, they ask this question. So what is your contribution? Apart from teaching, what did you do? Apart from teaching research, what did you do? So continuous improvement is very important in everybody's life, as you see in total quality management. And please remember, overnight, nothing can be done. It will take some time, but the only thing is every day you must learn. Every day, that is lifelong learning is very important. Self-learning is very important, and learning is very important. Because many times, nobody wants to learn. These days, people are not ready to. So continuous improvement of quality of goods and service. And of course, TQM, the main goal of TQM is customer satisfaction. Whether it is product or service, the customer should be satisfied. Not only satisfied, still the competition is so severe, not only satisfaction, the customer should be delighted. And many times, customer is the king. Many times the people are telling. I think this, you will be very surprised. Please Google, put down Mahatma Gandhi, Mahatma, when did he die? I think 1948, I think. So for 1948, he said something about quality. So you can go through them. So customer, he said something about customer. So if you Google, you can find out. He said something about customer. So the goal is going to be customer satisfaction. Customer is the king. Customer should be delighted, not only satisfied. But of course, so this is what I have taken the slide from something. No doubt humans are always deficient. I think all of you will agree with that. We are all deficient. And that is the reason we have to make continuous improvement. So TQM, it is a management approach of an organization centered on quality based on participation of all its members. That's what very important. I'm going to share slow in the next slide. First slide is, first and the fourth point I'm going to TQM concept. First is management. Top management should instill quality, and even the lowermost. So that's why TQM subject is very important. All of them should be aware of the TQM concepts. So TQM is the management approach of an organization centered on quality based on the participation of all its members and aiming at long-term success through customer satisfaction and benefit to all the members of the, I think there is a mistake, all the members of the organization and to the society. I think this is the ISO definition. So Deming, okay, I will discuss in detail. So these benefits, so I will not go into that. Directly we'll go to the concepts. You will see the 6 concepts and then we'll come to. So this is the general thing. Total means made up of whole. That is in literary meaning. Total means made up of the whole. So quality, this is a very nice word. Degree of excellence a product or service provides. So excellence. So that is the word. Generally, you know that adjective you must know, you know very well what is that excellence. So quality means excellence. Whether features, whether performance, or whether surroundings, if it is a service means. So all these things comes under the category excellent service, excellent product. So that is quality. And then management. So total quality management. So this quality is from customer point of view. This management is from the organization, So the act or the art of the manner of handling, controlling, and directly. How do you do that? So we have to achieve degree of excellence. So for that, all are required. How do you handle them? How do you control them? How do you direct them? So that is the definition for total quality management. And this even quality same. Why should we go for TQM? So I told you, first class itself, I told you why quality is important. It's very, very competitive. Everywhere in Chennai alone, there are 100 engineering colleges. But of course, you are all studying in a very good institution. I am also working in when one of the top institutions. There are 100 engineering colleges. You see, that is the thing. So everybody is trying to come to the topmost position. So this very intensive competitive environment is there. So that is the reason we have to go for quality and increasing the customer consciousness. So these are the two important reasons why we should go for TQM. So this I will skip. So directly I'll go to, of course. So this also you say everywhere it changes. For every employee, the service is going to be a different case. So banker means service. Teacher means service, because we don't product. It's not a product, even though customer is there. Students are customer. So when you ask a teacher or a banker, the answer what is quality means service should be quality. If you take healthcare means, that's what nowadays we are so much worried about healthcare. Quality healthcare. So every hospital, no, I don't know whether I have my doubt whether they are providing quality healthcare. Only things they are charging very well. Quality healthcare. Quality means they are in quality. Hotel employee means customer satisfaction. So different words will come. So hotel, for a hotel employee, customer is satisfied. Some customer is not worried about the taste of dosa. He wants responsive. Immediately he wants the dosa. So then immediately you are providing, that is customer satisfaction. So these type of things. So manufacturer means quality product, like this. So now this is what so what is that 6 concepts? So the total quality management, there are 6 concepts. It's available in the Bester field. So that's one page, you can go through them. So the first concept is a committed and involved management to provide long-term, top to bottom organizational support. So many times top management, they invest money because they are invest money. They will say, and they are worried about profit. Any argument, that is even when you want to do business now, so first thing is, okay, you are decided to do some business, everything is fine. Once everything starts means you every day you will see what is the profit you are making. But what TQM says is the management should participate in the quality meeting. So all the quality meeting. But VAT we are very, because our chancellor, they should have a mission. So first thing, our VAT chancellor, not chairman, VAT chancellor, his vision, we want to become the first 200 places of that QS ranking, which is very difficult because none of the Indian institutions are there in the first 200. Even I don't know, one or two institutions are there in the first 500. So now we are in the 800th rank. So now what our chancellor says, this is the mission. So now everywhere it is being told, VAT should become in the first. That means the basic thing is everybody has to improve the research. So if you are publishing some good research papers, then only your QS ranking is going to improve. So this is very important. You are committed and involved management. Because once if the rank is very good, if you are able to improve the rank, when you go abroad, your admission becomes much easier. And even in India, if your QS ranking is below 2000 means, then already VAT has got some name. Still, it will improve. Our image will improve. So committed management. So they should participate in the thing, and then they have to give the support. Of course, they are investing money. They have to give the support. And then the second point is an unwavering focus on customer, both internal and external customers. And you know very well about external customers. You should know what is an internal customer. So basically, I think if you go on, I think when we discuss about customer, in detail you will see about external customer. What is the difference between external customer and what is internal customer? So external customer is nothing but, so for example, if I am selling a cycle, I am selling it to the customer. So he is the external customer. Now, for cycle, for example, one department is doing wheel, one department is doing handbar, like that. All the parts are made, 10 departments, they are doing all the components, and some of them we are purchasing. And finally, assembly unit will be there. So they will assemble together and they will give it to the firm. So for this wheel manufacturing plant, the assembly unit is the customer. So that is called internal customer. So because the wheel should be of good quality, then only the assembly department can do wonders. They can do wonders. So this is called internal customer. So for this wheel manufacturing company, for this wheel manufacturing department, the assembly department is going to be the customer, because they are going to make the wheel and they are going to give it to the assembly department. They will assemble the cycle and they will get it. So here itself we have to take care. because that is the best place where we can, because if you give it to the customer, we are losing the goodwill. Suppose we are making a defective product and giving it to the customer, suppose there is a warranty, we will repeat, it will be given back, the profit will come down. If suppose there is no warranty, the customer, you are losing your goodwill. Next time the customer will not come to you. So internal customers are very important. For example, in case of university, teachers are internal customers. Students are external customers. So because they are paying the fees. So we are internal customers. So this internal customers also, we have to focus on them customers. And do it right the first time. So because customers are, when you want customer satisfaction, always do it right for the first time itself. Otherwise defective. If you are not doing it in the first time, reworking means, so do it right for the customer. So this is called unwavering focus on the customer. So that is very important. I think all these TCM first two models, we will be discussing about customer. How do you satisfy the customer? How do you orient the customer? How do you measure the customer satisfaction? Measuring is very difficult. Measuring the customer satisfaction is not easy. Well, I will give one example where my own example. So when we are a teacher, we are giving a feedback. I think nowadays it's not taken very seriously because many students, last time, I have taken a subject for this, even 19 BME students, some of the students were there. I have taken a subject on operation research. That is the first time I am taking the subject. I was very curious to know what students are telling, but only 8 students participated in that. Out of 61 students, only 8 students participated, only remaining 52 students, they don't want to give feedback. I don't know why. So here in this customer satisfaction measurement is because there is syllabus, there is a word customer satisfaction measurement. We have to apply feedback. We have to get feedback. That is the best thing. Because internet, very well, how do you get the customer satisfaction measurement? Star rating is there, 5 star. That is taken very seriously. Somebody internet, they will see. Even doctors, I was very surprised because I was once, when my father had some problem, medical issues, we were trying for some doctors. At the time, my cousin, who is a doctor, he suggested, so you go for this doctor, Dr. Ayyappan. He has got 5 star rating in the thing. Even a doctor, he himself is a doctor, and he says, so that customer, that internet, they are giving feedback. Rating is there, 5 star rating, 3, something is there. Many people have participated, and finally that doctor got 5 star rating. So this type of customer satisfaction measurement is going to be clear. But many times it is not, we cannot say, it is very difficult to measure. It's very difficult. For example, when you are a teacher, fine, students will come and all the questions they will answer. Some percentage will come. Overall, assessment, it will come, in my case, it will come around 85 to 95. In 2013 engineering mechanics, I got 96. That is a maximum. I think that is a wonderful. Many students were so good in engineering mechanics because they were so much interested in engineering mechanics. That is the reason everything went well. So, in fact, I am not that strong in engineering mechanics because when I studied, that is one of the headache for me actually. But anyway, students were so good, it went very well, and that 96%. But what the problem is in quality set, that's what I'm telling you. Measuring is very difficult, customers. Sometimes everything is fine, but sometimes complaints are raised in the quality circle meeting. So the number in the feedback is good because previously during CAT examination we had some we had that number. What is the customer feedback, student feedback, and finally when quality circle meeting they are making the complaints. The teacher is teaching fast. In my case, many times students the teacher is speaking very fast because I try to reduce my speed, but somehow thinking and talking, always there is some correlation. But of course, this subject no problem because other subjects I will teach slowly. Many subjects I know if it is tool design, I used to speak slowly, but this TCM is okay because this is a very light subject, so I used to speak. So students will say he's teaching from NPTEL, PPT, something they are making. So this customer satisfaction measurement is not easy. Effective involvement and utilization of the entire workforce. So that is very important. Everybody should be aware of the TQM concepts. Very good, because very important. Everybody should know something about TQM concepts like statistical process control, SPC. There is something which we are discussing in the third model. So there we can analyze, and so all the techniques, cause and effect diagram, brainstorming, whatever techniques you are going to learn as we go on. So all these techniques, everybody should know. Then only they can participate in the TQM, and then they can make some improvement in the thing. Fourth concept, continuous improvement. And when it comes to continuous improvement, what are the various issues? So for that, for this, I will give one example. For example, if you take, so just you bear with me for 1 minute. I will. Now, suppose if you are making a sandwich, there is something called cycle time. I don't know how many of you do know about cycle time. So now the sandwich. So there are 3 stations in which sandwiches are made. So this is 6, sorry, this is 6. This is 1. 3. So this cycle time is one area where you can make some improvements based on the situation. Based on the situation, you can make some improvements. So there are many things. For example, on-time delivery is also very important. So before coming to teaching, I was working in an industry. For example, for 6 months, I worked in a fluid power industry. Also, last semester I told you, fluid power industry. So where in that company, most of the time it will happen. So whenever a purchase order is given, there will be delivery time. Normally, it will take minimum of 6 weeks to make a hydraulic power park because we have to get all 6 weeks. Never we have delivered the car in time. After 6 weeks, we have never delivered. Invariably, the product will be delivered after the promised date only. So this on-time delivery is one where we have to make improvement. So now this coming to this cycle time. Now suppose this is sandwich. The best example about about sandwich. 1 second. Okay. So this is sandwich. There are three stations. So first station is all the stuff, bread and whatever cheese, all these things applying, that is in the first station. It will take 3 minutes. And 6 minutes for baking, because that is the longest time. That is the slowest operation or longest time. And then packing will take only 1 minute. Assume there are 3 stations. I am giving a very crude example just for you to understand. And the time taken for making one sandwich, you will not tell 10 minutes, because simultaneously we are doing. First sandwich, it will take 9 minutes. Sorry, 6 plus 10 minutes. Yes, very good. For first sandwich, it will take 10 minutes. But every 1 hour, we can make 10 sandwiches. How do you get that 10? Because the slowest operation. Because they are done simultaneously. So this person will do 2 beds. One bread will be waiting. One sandwich will be waiting for baking, because this will take 6 minutes. Whereas this person, every 1 minute, he will finish off. So he will be idle. Just for you to understand, I am giving a very crude example. And the last semester, because when COVID came, 2020 June, I was teaching when first time I was given 2020 June, I was given this TQM only. This one example, which I am going to give for CAT exam. One numerical example is there, where you have to think and you have to answer. But what I thought, I don't want to discuss in the class. I will give it in the CAT examination, so that we will see how you have learned this thing, cycle time reduction. So this cycle time, so what they are planning is, so this, suppose now if the demand is 10 sandwiches per 10 sandwiches, no problem. Every 6 minutes one will come out. Every 6 minutes, because these two they are done simultaneously. Every 1 hour, 6 sandwiches if there is a demand. If the demand is 20 sandwiches, we can make 2 ovens, because slowest operation. Because other operations is not a big problem. We can have, because of course we can have 1 more person like that. So here, if the demand is doubled, means we can have 2 ovens. Because many times, please remember, resources are very important. You should use the resources scarcely. Resources are going to be very important, and because otherwise your profit will go. If your profit is going to come down. So if we have to use the least number of resources, then only your profit will be more. You have to give quality. Please listen to me carefully. You have to give quality, but at the same time you have to use less resources. So if the demand is 20 sandwiches, we can go for 2 ovens and the problem can be solved. If we have only 12 sandwiches, so we have to make some improvement here. Maybe this packing person can go and help, something like that, because this cannot be touched. So other side is something you try, something you must try. Some resources, something you try to play, or some other, because that exact Cartl example I'll give. Some numerically I'll give where you have to think, this person can go there, because here is going to be idle. This person is going to be idle, and in this case, no, the product is going to be idle. So one product will go to the oven, the other, because first after the first one, no, every 6 minutes you'll be doing two breads will be ready, two sandwiches will be ready in the unbaked condition, two bread sandwiches. So here the product will semi-finished product will wait. Here this person will wait. So all these things, no, we can make. There is a lot of scope for. So this is called balancing of line. So I'm giving a very small example. Suppose if you have a machine, no, you have so many. So that is a operation management technique. So we have to, here there is a lot of scope for continuous improvement. So based on demand, if the demand increases, you can play with all these things. But of course, you have to see resources. Unnecessarily, you should not go for more resources. So this is one thing, a cycle time. And finally, the fifth point is treating suppliers as partners. So I told you very well, if you want to make coffee, you will purchase sugar from one person, you will purchase coffee powder from one person, at least two suppliers, and they should be treated as partners. And Deming's philosophy, you are going to see, you should not go for the low priced product. And you know very well, no, everywhere, you know very well, when you are in business, you know how they select the vendors. They will collect something called quotation, even VAT also. In this semester, no, we are going to purchase TIG machine, because TIG welding machine, because I am the in charge of manufacturing process lab. TIG welding machine I am going to purchase. So the procedure for purchasing is, so the center man is a supplier, so he is going to supply. So at least 3 vendors should be supplied. 3 vendors should be supplied. We want to increase the profit margin. So one, for example, the supplier A says the price of the welding machine is 25,000 rupees. Supplier B says 30,000 rupees. Supplier C says 35,000. So naturally we will go for the 25,000. So because we want to increase our profit. Any business, roughly they will see a quantity. But Deming says it is not like that. You have to see the quality, not necessarily. So that is in BIT, because our thing, we are not worried, because for us, this 25,000, 30,000 is small for us, because we are, very well, BIT is 1,000 crore. Chancellor told once, all the four universities put together, it is 1,000 crores. The what they call turnover, they call something as turnover, which is 1,000 crores. So for us, we go for the best product. But many times it is not the case. Many times. So for example, I'm doing coffee business. I'm selling. So coffee powder says 1 kg is now coffee powder, because my family, I know 250 rupees. Not good coffee powder is 250 rupees. The other person is giving 200 rupees. Other person is giving 300 rupees. So we have to see. And he says, Deming, what he says, not necessarily on price we have to select the customer. That is many times, all purchase officers will select the suppliers based on lowest cost. Out of the 3, that is the reason we are getting quotation. Whoever gives for lower cost. But of course, if you go to organization, they give quality checks, and then they go for the lowest price. Of course, that is also there, because some students, you can go for vendor development also. Stores, if you want to become a stores manager, because many times nobody is interested in to become a vendor development, because there is a scope for a lot of good vendor development, because they are not available. Vendor development engineers are not available. So that can be taken as a career. That's what I'm telling. But it's a very difficult job, because identifying suppliers, all these things are not easy. So suppliers or vendors should be treated as partners. So that is the 5th concept. And finally, the last concept, TQM, is established performance measures for production. And here the performance measure, every industry you go, absenteeism is taken very seriously. Even VIT, if you are in loss of play, means that is a black mark. Because VIT, because we are very professionally managed. Every teacher, every year, you will have 10 CL. CL means casual leave, and 12 EL, earned cash leave. Earned cash leave means I can take leave, or I can get salary for that. For 12 days, they will pay me the salary if I am not taking leave. So that is called earned leave. I can earn, or I can take leave. 2 options are given. I think very few engineering colleges are giving that benefit. So that is there. Third one is we are having vacation because teachers are very lucky compared to the others. We have vacation. So normally COVID because this is not there. Vacation is not there. Now I am in vacation, but I am taking class. After that, I am going to correct the paper. I am working from home. 5 days I am working from home, but VIT says it is vacation because anywhere I am taking anywhere that is there. So they are giving vacation. So 30 days of summer vacation, 15 days of winter vacation, 10 days of casual leave. And if other than that, if you are going for loss of pay, it is taken. That means you are not working properly. Indirectly, you are not coming because we are working 5 days a week. So you can compute what is the total number of working days minus all these things. So absenteeism is very, very important. When you go to industry, it's very, very strict. They are very strict. Somebody is even colleges also. Teacher is absent. Not everywhere. You go, you have to go every day. Only software you can that is not taken very seriously. Even software also not all the companies. So any engineering industry you go, any core industry you go, absenteeism is a very important performance measure. That is the reason. That is the reason we are insisting on 75%. You know very well. Without coming to the class, many students are capable of studying. I know this. Even this class, I know because I know them in fluid power system. Almost 30 to 40 students are there. Even without coming to the class, I know very well. I give the 2 books, they will study very well and they will write. I know very well, 32. But why we are asking for that 75% attendance? No, it is a regulation of UGC. University Grants Commission says 75% students should attend. The next thing is that is there always absenteeism is a very important performance measure. So not only absenteeism, there are other performance measures also. For example, uptime of machines. So all the machines, that is they are in the working condition. Many times, industry you will go, the machine will not work continuously. It will not work. So repair period should be minimized. So that is called uptime. So that should be improved. So all these things, non-conforming products, defective products, and because this word TChem, they are using the word non-conforming. It is not conforming to the requirements. That means defective products. So defective products should be reduced. Rejection rate should be reduced. So these are all some of the performance measures. So these are the 6 concepts, TChem concepts. And this, so already we have seen dimensions of quality, performance. Last class we have seen. The only thing is higher order thinking skills. Just I'll tell, suppose you have decided to start a sports academy, startup, you have decided to start, everything is fine. No, not sports academy. So I will give another example. So you have decided to start a salon, for example, salon or beauty parlor, anything you. So everything you have, your main resource person, that is who is going to be the barber, is a very skilled person. Everything is fine. There is a problem with responsiveness. So what will you do? So this type of that is going to be a hard skill question. So don't tell I will appoint one more barber. So then unless there is a demand, unless there is a demand for you, if there is a huge demand, you can go further. For example, because waiting time, when you go to your salon, you have to wait. So you know very well, everybody, we don't want to wait, nobody wants to wait. Responsiveness is very, very important. Nowadays, it has become nobody wants to stand in a queue. Because in my experience, we used to stand in ration. In my childhood days, we used to go to ration, and we have to, sometimes even 1 hour we will wait. Bus pass, I think this generation, they will not be knowing. So when we are school, bus pass, we have to go to, so many students will be, long queue will be there. So responsiveness is very important. So these type of questions I will ask. You decided to start a salon. All other dimensions are fine. The assurance is there because the person who is doing the job is very competent, and the surrounding is very good. Everything is fine, but the customers are complaining about responsiveness. So how do you change the procedure? So you have to think and answer. So that's what questions directly, because you know very well CAT 1 is going to be, now I can say very well CAT 1 is going to be open book exam only, but of course CAT 2 and as we go on only we can tell, but it is going to be CAT 1 is going to be open book. So please be ready for this type of open-ended, for these open-ended questions. There are no right answers, there are no right or wrong answers, but reasonable attempt should be there. Many times, just for the sake of task, some answer is given. You give some stigmas. That is the attitude of students. When I am correcting the papers, product design, many students have done very well. Product design, many students have done because they are final year students. It's the last subject for them. But some students, Just the time you give some step marks. They are just there. So that should not be the thing. That should not be the case. So this all these things. Yes, when here no empathy nurse means. So all these things no. So if it is a cricket academy, for example, if I'm going to start a cricket academy, this is going to come into picture. Competence of the coach is going to be very important. All other things are secondary. Yeah, of course, you will have a good ground. You should have a procedure. All these things. For example, the customers are complaining about the coach. Then what will you do? What will you do? So what you have to give training to the coach, or you have to replace the coach. All these things you need to think and you give answers. There are no right wrong answers. Only thing is, how do you understand the dimensions of service quality? So with this, I will stop for this class. So I think one student I have not included. I give attendance. I think he was added on at the end after Wednesday. After Wednesday's class, he was added. I think all the other students have added. If I don't know, maybe I'll send a mail. So with this, I will stop for this class. So Monday morning, we will meet for the. So this service quality, product quality, I will give on PDF. That explanation is given. You can go through that explanation also. What are the various dimensions of quality? And of course, this PPT what we have discussed today also, I will send. So whenever you find time, you just come, because always you'll be studying heat transfer. That is a problem with TQM. TQM, when I am teaching with heat transfer, always you will be studying TQM. Sorry, heat transfer. You are right. Of course, you are right. You will be studying heat transfer. You will study only because whenever you are free, at some time, please, because this is also a heat transfer. I know it's a 4 credit course, so this is also a 3 credit course. Of course, this is also important because I think that is not appreciated. The importance of TQM is not understood by VAT. Because I don't know, because other Vellore VAT it's very different. Vellore VAT students are very much interested in thing, and here teachers, students are both sides. What they say, it's not very interesting. So okay. This so only thing is 1 minute. I'll take attendance, and then you can discuss. We'll stop the recording.